Hi, my name is James Holroyd from PocketSurvey Cloud Surveying Software. Welcome to this short training session. I'm going to show you how the fire door inspection software works and how to create your inspection reports quickly and easily. It should be around 20 minutes long. If you're not already a PS Cloud user, contact us to get your low-cost trial, where you can get your first month's subscription at a reduced price. The first thing to mention about the app is that it's designed for mobile devices, but also works great on desktop computers. There's only one interface to learn, which looks the same on all devices, so you can use it on Apple or Android, tablets and phones, as well as desktop computers such as Windows, Mac and Chrome. With our uncluttered and easy-to-use interface, you can speed up your workflow tremendously and produce your survey reports immediately after doing your site inspections. All our cloud-based apps look similar and have some common features. Before we create a complete report from scratch, I'll briefly explain the common features running across all our PS Cloud apps. The button at the bottom left accesses all your reports, showing your building reports organised by town. At the top left, the main menu gives you access to valuable features such as the jobs calendar, location maps, jobs progress, users, client information, app setup features, and even the ability to export your data to spreadsheets. PocketSurvey has a unique feature that allows you to customize the menus and report structure within the app setup. We'll come back to that later on. So let's look at a fire door inspection I've already done to give you an overview of what comes out at the end. On the buildings list, I tap on a building and you'll see the front page photo and inspection status, and then below that you've got some buttons. We can add doors. We can copy the building information. There's a button to create the inspection report and one to open the generated report. If we scroll down, you'll see the total cost of all the remedial works needed for the doors and which client this report belongs to. The inspection details section shows the inspector, inspection date, inspection time, the type of inspection, followed by some free format descriptive notes. The building details section shows more information about the building. Of course, the most essential part of the report is the doors section. You will see all the doors inspected if you click the view button, and you can add more doors using the add button. Finally, towards the end, you've got general building images such as floor plans, certificates, and any image you want to add to your report. If you want to make changes to the inspection, select the Edit button. Let's scroll back to the top of the building record. To create your PDF report, choose the Create Report button, and when the report is ready, select the Open Report button. Let's look at a typical report in more detail. The front page is branded with your logo and your address. Then you've got your front photo of the building, plus an optional trade logo. Then you get an automatic table of contents, which is all hyperlinked, so you can jump to the different sections quickly. The report contains quite a lot of detailed information, all created at a click of a button. Then you've got an introduction page. Now all these phrases can be edited in the app, but we'll come to that later in the app setup. The overview section of the report shows inspection details, client details, building details, and if you're using the remedial works add-on feature, you can see the total cost of the remedial work for the doors in this building. And you've got a breakdown of the status of all the doors. If you've enabled the additional information feature, you can capture a lot of general information about the building. All of this is configurable in the app setup. The fire door action plan section summarizes the doors needing replacement or remedial action. Then, for each door, detailed information covers description, status, compliances, non-compliances, actions, and notes. You can have up to 8 photos for each door. If you've chosen the Works add-on feature, they will be listed below the photo. On the next page, you can see detailed specifications of the door. Optionally, you can have a separate page for all the extra details about the door. This is useful if you are part of an accreditation scheme such as BN-Trother. Each door is shown in a similar format. Notice, rather than displaying the old-fashioned yes, no answers, we list out compliances, non-compliances, and actions. This is much more useful and easier to understand, and your client will love the format. Then you've got a fire door register. This is a summary of all the doors, showing the door status, door type, the location, and the door reference. It's handy for them to see the general fire safety guidelines they should adhere to. Incidentally, sections in the report, such as explanation of terms, can be shown or not, depending on your preferences. You've got your disclaimer and limitations section. Bear in mind that all these phrases in your report can be set up within the app to customize it to your needs. The quality assurance statement will show the inspector's signature, and if you've chosen to use quality checkers, then as well. At the end you have your floor plans and any additional Building images you've included in the report. If you want to save your PDF report, tap the download button to save it to your storage area. Let's close the PDF report and get back to the app. We can return to the buildings list by clicking the buildings icon at the bottom left. So let's start a new fire door inspection. Tap the Add button at the bottom right of the buildings list screen. You'll see a scrollable form with several fields to fill in. Most of these will be user configurable menus to speed up data entry. First, you can choose a client, or if you want to, add a new one. Let's add a new client organization. Type my client, then tap Use. Then you can either add a client contact name or pick an existing one. You can store other information about your client, which is helpful if you want to contact your clients on site, and so you have a little client database. Then we can choose the inspector. You can have different classes of inspectors, like more powerful administrators. You can also have a client login where a client can access their reports via a client portal. Choose an inspection date and an inspection time, and then add some inspection notes if you want to. The inspection status menu helps you track the workflow of your reports. We use a color-coded pipeline approach where you go from schedule through to completed work. Remember, you can add this information on site or do it in the office if you prefer. Now let's add some building details. You have a place to add a building reference, or you can use a report reference instead. Adding addresses is easy since Google will search for the address if you start typing it in. You can import addresses in bulk using the import feature within the app. The building name is used to identify different buildings at the same address. You can add an optional short description of the building. It's a good idea to allocate the report to a town, especially if you work nationwide. Your reports will look much better with photos, and PocketSurvey makes this easy for you. So let's take a building photo. I'm going to choose one that I've already taken, because I'm using a desktop computer, but you would snap this on site, directly from your camera. That's the photo added to the front page of your report. You use a similar approach when taking door photos. When I choose Save the Building Record, you'll notice it's prompting us to choose which inspection type to use since it's a mandatory field. Choose an appropriate inspection type, then Save to add your report to the buildings list. Now we've set up the first part of the report. We can now inspect the doors in the building. Let's start with an easy door that's in satisfactory condition. So we'll tap into the building record to view it, and you'll see the information we've entered so far. What we go to do now is add a door. We tap the Add Door button to load the scrollable data entry form. You should establish a location first, so you should choose a particular floor. And then, optionally, you can specify a room or area. You can tailor the list of locations to suit your needs in the app setup. Then, you choose the door reference. You can set this door reference list up yourself, but we've preloaded some references to make it easy. Then you can enter a door code. This door code can be a scanned barcode or tag. Next, we add some information about the door type. We specify the door material, and then enter the door size. We've organised the door size options so you can quickly enter whether it's a single or double leaf door, the size of the door, and also the thickness. So that's the location of the door and some basic information entered. Then we get to the actual door condition. We've implemented a method of inspecting a door that makes it really quick. You'll have three choices to indicate the condition of a door: complete replacement, needs some attention, and satisfactory. Let's do a satisfactory door first. Tap satisfactory, and you'll notice an extra checklist opens up to show a list of compliances. You can look through these and tick all the relevant things relating to the door. You also can search the list to make it easier. For example, type seals, and you will see the compliances related to seals. This is a quick way of answering many yes or no questions in one go. You can enter more detailed notes if necessary. However, the checklist menu should be sufficient for most purposes. Let's take a photo. You can take up to 8 photos per door. The app will automatically launch the camera on your mobile device. However, I'll pick one from my computer because I'm demonstrating the app on a desktop computer. You can also give it a caption from a list or type in your own text. You can take more photos and even draw on them to annotate them. So that's the first door done. Let's inspect and add another door, this time one that needs complete replacement. Let's choose Add Door again. The PS Cloud software remembers some options that you entered previously to speed up your data entry. So you should change the location, the door reference, and obviously the door code. The door type might also be different, and the door material might be different too. So change what you need to. And now we're going to choose a door status that needs complete replacement. You'll see a checklist of possible non-compliance items. In other words, what's wrong with the door. You can choose items that you think are non-compliant. For speed of entry, you can search the list. For example, if you type in closers, all items containing the word closers are filtered. You can add free format notes if you wish. In addition to the non-compliances, you could specify what must be done to put it right. This will go down well with your clients since it gives them an excellent action plan in the report. So, in this case, I will choose an item that explains why a complete replacement door is needed. And then, optionally, you can give it the priority. And then take a photograph. So, as before, I'll pick a picture from my computer. Then you can add a caption if you wish. Consider taking a second or third photo that documents the door's status. So that's how you log an unsatisfactory door that needs complete replacement. So we've entered 2 doors so far. We're going to enter a final door. Let's go back into the building record. We're going to add a final door that needs some attention. We could add a door using the button at the top of the screen again. But if we scroll down, you'll see a list of all the doors you've entered so far. If this list is longer than 5 items, you'll need to click the View button to show all the doors in this building. You can add another door by choosing the little Add button. We'll change the location this time to the first floor. We'll choose Corridor. We change the door reference. Remember, the door code can be a barcode or RFID tag. We choose a different door type and change any other necessary details. This door will need some attention, which means it could be better, but some things are right with it. So if we scroll down, you'll see we can enter compliances. In other words, what's good with the door. Choose the items you think are appropriate. However, the door closer may not be fully adequate, so we need to enter some non-compliances from the tick list, such as an inadequate closer. And also, the gaps should be narrower. You can add as many items as necessary. Add some free format notes if you wish. And then, as before, we can document an excellent action plan for your client. You tick actions that need implementing. Search for gap actions. Give your actions a priority. And then you take your photographs. I'll skip taking photos to keep the demo short. Now you'll see we've got 3 doors in this list. Let's go back to the buildings list. Once you've inspected all the doors in your building, you can now create your PDF report. You tap into the building record and choose the more prominent Create Report button. You'll be prompted to confirm. It takes about 30 or 60 seconds while the software generates the report in the background. You can continue to work on other inspections while you are waiting. The Open Report button will appear when your report is ready. So far we've covered the essential aspects of creating a fire door inspection report. As you've seen, it's quick and easy to do and produces a fantastic client report. But there's lots more to the software. For example, if your client wants a costed list of remedial works, you can use our Costed Works add-on feature. I'm going to demonstrate that to you now. So let's tap to open the building record. Then, if we scroll down to the doors we've created, we can choose the door we want to add remedial works to. A quick note here. If we tap the pencil icon, we can edit the door information in the form. However, if you tap in the middle, we can view the door record. That's what we want to do in this instance. You could scroll down to check your entered door information entered so far. To add works, select the Add Work Item button to display the work items form. This form will use a schedule of works and costings set up in the app. We've set up some work items for you, but you can easily edit and add your own in the app setup. So let's search for closer and the particular size we want. As usual, you can enter additional notes if you wish. The work type has been filled in. It's up to you to change the quantity. We're going to set it to 2. You can see that the app has calculated the total cost. Furthermore, you can change the work priority to scheduled, started, ending or completed. The app has automatically scheduled the work for the current year, but you can change that to a future year. And, of course, you can enter a priority. If you use BMTrov or similar, you can have the item use a repair code. We won't take a photo because we already took photos of the door. Finally, we choose Save. Let's add another work item. This time, we're going to search for gaps. And we're going to choose Adjust the Gaps. Notice it's a repair item at £130. We'll give it a priority of desirable. And then save the record. If we scroll down through this door record, you'll see the 2 work items. So let's go back to the buildings list. Another way you can enhance your fire door inspection report is to add extra door specifications to relevant doors. This isn't something everybody chooses to do, but sometimes it's useful if you're part of an accreditation scheme like BMTrov. I'm going to show you how to record door specifications very briefly. Let's tap into the building, and if we scroll down to the list of doors, we can tap into the door to which we want to record extra door specifications. If we scroll down, we can add some door specifications. We tap the Add button. The app is already set up with some basic items, but you can configure this list in the setup. For example, you may want to indicate what the door's function is. we'll choose a description from the list. Additionally, you can put comments and take a photo. Tap Save. You can add more items in a similar way. Typically, you might want to add when the maintenance visit occurred using a date field. This is often required for BM Trotter, and so on. Tap Save again. So let's get back to the buildings list. There are other useful lists apart from the buildings list. For example, you can look at your reports in the doors list, where you can see a summarized list of building reports. When you choose a building report, you will see all the doors in that building. Also, there's a works list. Tap into a building report in this list, and you'll see all the work for that building organized by doors. Finally, there's an in progress list, which shows you all the reports you still need to finish. We're getting near the end of the demo now. Let me show you some standard features across all the list screens. These are accessed by the icons at the top right of the screen on the buildings, the doors, the works and the in progress screens. The spyglass icon lets you narrow down your list by using a filter. You've also got the tick icon, where you can tick multiple records, and then either delete or create a report for the selected records. You click the cross and the left to unselect. The curly icon at the far right is the synchronization button. You use it if you want to force synchronization from your mobile devices to your desktop and vice versa. At the beginning of this session, I briefly showed you some common features of all the PS Cloud apps. I guess you'd like to hear more details about these features, so I'm going to show you those now. The easiest way to get to the 3-bar menu is to tap the Home Buildings button at the bottom left. You will find these features when you tap the 3-bar menu. You'll see the common features running throughout all apps. So let's go into each one and explain in more detail. The Jobs Calendar lets you see your jobs by day, week, or month. If you click on a building address, you'll see the allocated time. You can then tap on it to view the building record. Let's go back to the calendar. You can always jump to today with the Today button at the top. Now let's look at the Maps feature. If you enter the postcode address, the Maps feature will show maps of all the buildings in your database. And as usual, you can tap to view the building record. If you want to get directions on site, you can tap the View Map button. And this will launch Google Maps and allow you to get driving instructions by tapping the Get Driving Directions car icon. So that's the Maps feature. The Progress feature is handy for managing your workflow. The My Status screen on the left shows you the status of all your building reports. So if you tap Pending, you'll see all the pending building reports. Tap the close arrow if you want to go back up a level. The middle screen shows your building records in date order with the latest date at the top. You can view a record if you tap the middle of the form. If you tap the pencil icon, you can edit it. The screen to the right shows everything that still needs to be completed. With all these progress screens, you can add a new building record by tapping the plus icon. So that's the Progress feature. Let's look at the Users feature. As explained previously, you can have multiple types of users, such as an inspector only, an administrator who can configure the app, and a read-only client login. If you tap into a user, you can see details such as email, phone, address, signature, and so on. If you scroll down, you will see all the buildings they've inspected or quality checked. You can view the billing record if you tap the middle of the form. If you tap the pencil icon, you can edit it. So that's the user details. Let's back up a level. Let's look at clients. You can see all your clients in this list. If you scroll down to a particular client, such as Faster Surveys, you can see all your clients' details when you tap into the record. You can communicate with them on site with these buttons here on the right. You can navigate to their address with Google Maps. If you scroll further down, you'll see all the buildings and reports scheduled or completed for this client. So that's the Clients feature. Let's go back to the menu. The most revolutionary part of all the PS Cloud apps is the App Setup feature, where you can customize menus and report sections to suit your needs. You will see several configuration areas. We're going to cover each one. A side note here, you'll see each area on your mobile device as a separate tab. The App Options lets you set some general aspects of your app. Expand the app options using the expand icon at the top right. That will make it full screen. One thing you can do is turn features on or off. For example, you might want to turn off the Clients feature because you don't have external clients. If we locate the Show Clients feature, we can set it to no. The change will be immediate. To collapse the Show Features section, we tap the minimize arrow icon. You can configure many other features, so explore these during your trial period. Let's now look at the report fields like company name and address. In the Report Fields section, you can set the information on your report, such as company name, address, logo, and so on. Apart from changing options, you can also edit or add to menus displayed in the app. For example, the Locations section shows you a list of pre-configured door references and locations. If we want to add a new location, we can tap the large plus icon. Choose Location 1 from the item drop-down menu. Then tap on the description pulled down to reveal the existing locations. Now we can type in a new location to appear in the menu. Remember to tap Use next to the plus symbol. Then tap Save and go back a level. The Inspection Options has many other menus that you can edit similarly, such as Action Priority, Captions, Door Material, and so on. Just get in touch if you need further help with the App Options feature. Let's go back a level. In the middle of the screen, you have a place to modify the door assessment menus, such as Compliances, Non-Compliances, Actions, and Remedial Works. Tap on Door and then Fire Door Options to reveal the assessment menus used during the inspection. As you scroll down, you'll see Compliance Statements, Non-Compliance Statements, Action Statements, and Remedial Work Items. If you want to view these as a long list, click the View button. You can tap in the middle to view and edit them, or tap the Add icon to add a new work item. Let's add a new remedial work item. Type in our new work item, such as oil hinges, and then choose the work type, give it a unit cost, and an associated work code if you wish. You can enter BM Trod A or T references here if you wish. Tap Save and return to the Fire Door options, and then back to the App Setup screen. That's the app design feature. Don't be afraid of experimenting during your low-cost trial. We are always on hand to give you help and support. We can also control the report designed to customize the PDF report to your needs. Let's expand the report design area first. Tap into the disclaimer section and we see the phrases that will appear in that section of the report. Tap on the edit icon to edit the phrase and make it your own. You can also hide a phrase from appearing in the report by toggling the show option. You can also hide whole sections from the report. For example, if you wanted to hide the building info section from a client report, tap into the layout item and toggle the show option to end. That's a very versatile report design feature. Now let's look at how help and support works. The help and support screen contains handy little tips about using the app, organized into sections. You can expand each section to reveal more details. For example, if I tap on how to get support, you can read some tips and access relevant links. That's the straightforward help feature. Now let's look at tables and exporting your data to spreadsheet files. Note that this tables feature will only appear when using a desktop computer. You will see the main data tables in the app, such as buildings, doors, and works. Let's expand the building table and you will see a spreadsheet view of the data. You can filter this view using the spyglass icon to focus on part of the table rather than the whole. At the bottom, you can see icons for importing and exporting your data. Tables are an advanced feature, so don't hesitate to contact us if you want to know more. Now, remember to get your low-cost trial if you're not already a PocketSurvey user, where you will get your first month's subscription at a vastly reduced price. Remember, there's no obligation to carry on your subscription after the trial month, and you've got access to the full software, including free training and support. If you don't like the software after that, that's no problem. Just let us know and we won't bill you, and you can continue your search for a digital solution for your fire door inspections. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to learn more about any of our PS Cloud apps, please visit our website PocketSurvey.com, where you'll see lots of information about all our building and inspection software. So that's the PS Cloud fire door inspection software in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed the training session. Bye for now and see you soon.